Welcome to Rawandrelatablepod, where only the real's gonna relate. I'm your host, Josh. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Today I have my boy, what can we call Eric or Shazam?
We're gonna go with Shazam to keep the branding consistent.
Alright, so Shazam in the building. Everybody give him a round of applause. Thank you for coming. Thank you, a cheers. I know you're not drinking. He has water.
We're not playing those games.
He has water, but thank you for coming.
That was shade.
It is water.
The people might have thought I was drinking vodka on the rocks.
Alright, let's go with vodka. A tequila on the rocks.
It'll be vodka.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome. I'm excited.
How are you?
I'm
I
good.
haven't seen you in a minute.
I don't know. It's been like, how long? I feel like I've seen you like since Halo had left, but like
I've definitely seen you.
probably like I don't know. I feel like you be in the cut. You don't be outside.
I don't. Not anymore.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, I definitely stopped going out. I go out, but I go to like one or two places now.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely at like friends.
I like Friends, but I don't go often, so that's probably why I see you. Like I'll
Yes,
pop into
yes.
Friends like randomly on a Friday, but like other than that, I'm a hot box. It'd be hot in here.
Yeah, what's a club now? So
And back in the day, like I forgot who I was talking to, but I was like, if you knew Friends back in the day, it was like a bar, like a sketchy looking bar, but you would go get drinks and sit at the table and leave. Now,
and no one was there.
that shit is a club.
Yeah, no one used to go there. Halo introduced me to there.
Halo introduced me too. I don't know how people even found out about it. Like
I
how
don't
it became a
either.
big thing.
I don't know if it was COVID.
Were they open during COVID?
No, I'm just saying like did COVID kind of put them on the map?
I don't know. But I
Like
just know
once
the first
COVID was
time,
over, then when people like, oh well, then clubs are not a thing anymore. Let's go to
the
Friends.
first time I went and I saw the line was like down the little ramp and then out in the parking lot, I was like, what? And then like the next week I saw like people were on Twitter fighting. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going anymore.
That's fun. I went
Friday?
Yeah.
For Cinco de Mayo? Oh, was it a lot of people? It probably was because people was outside on Friday.
But it was good though. It wasn't like overcrowded. I wasn't fighting to get to the bar or walk around. It wasn't as bad. It's always long.
Oh, I hate that part.
But the crowd was not crazy.
Okay.
I'm assuming people were spread out. Some people started day drinking early
And didn't make it, yeah.
and then make it home. You know,
There's been times I've been to
so.
Friends and it's just like shoulder to shoulder and I'm like, this is not
Yeah,
comfortable
for
at
sure.
all. Like my back is wet.
So where do you go when you go out?
I really don't be outside like that. Most of the time I'm going to like kickbacks. Like last night I went to a kickback at one of my friend's house. I really have become like
Y'all need to start inviting me.
hang out and kickback. What, kickbacks?
Yeah, because I don't.
I love kickbacks.
See, I don't get invited to
R&B
those.
music. I like chilling. I like taking shots. But I think I went out to Truth this weekend on Saturday. Friday I went out with the Straights and I thought the gays partied. The Straights actually partied. Like I was
They do.
shocked. Like we were out until 7 a.m. And I didn't leave my house until 2. So I don't know how that, but I woke up the next morning like, I ain't doing that no more.
Oh well.
Then Truth, Sunday, Truth was Saturday, but then after that we went back to the house to like continue kicking back and listening to music. And then Sunday, I didn't go to church on Sunday, let me not lie. I went to the gym and then after that I went to the kickback.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I can't do the club thing no more.
Yeah, we're close up there. But
I
start
would do some terrible things to have one more night in Compound though.
if it come back. Yeah.
Compound was a time.
Yeah. Well, it's,
Was a video.
it's not gonna come back,
It's never coming
unfortunately.
back.
But
Club culture is done.
well, you know they built them apartments, and so that's
Ain't it like the first part is like a parking lot now, right?
yeah. But I think them apartments they built right across the street. It was a noise ordinance.
Oh, okay.
It was gonna be a level of too much noise for them
That
residents.
sucks. That was like an Atlanta staple.
Yeah.
And
But-
not even just for gays. Like,
But they're trying to do one of the promoters, AC that does
traffic.
He's trying to do something there with Republic, which is right next door to Compound.
Don't they do something now?
He's trying to start something, but it's like on a Wednesday, some random night.
I can't come out on Wednesday.
And I'm not doing a Wednesday.
I'm old.
Yeah,
I'm old. I can't do it.
no,
At
neither.
all.
But so we're gonna play a round of rapid fire.
Okay.
Okay,
Explain
so-
the rules.
It's either this or that. I will allow you. This is my first time playing it with a
Okay.
guest. I will allow you to plead the fifth on one.
Okay. So rapid fire, you're gonna say Shazam this or that, and then I have to pick one.
Yeah.
But I can plead the fifth on one of them.
One of them.
I'm not pleading the fifth. We're gonna get into
I
it.
hope not.
Oh Lord.
All right, I'm gonna start easy. Are you ready?
That's how right. It's gonna start at like tacos or quesadillas, and in the end you're gonna be like spit or lube. Like,
You're close. You're close.
oh Lord. Let me get my pen. Okay.
All right, here we go. First one. These are easy. Texting or talking? And it's rapid, so you can't think.
Texting.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
LA or New York?
New York.
Work or play?
Work.
Love or friendship?
Love.
Money or happiness?
Happiness.
Cats or dogs?
Neither. Or.
Okay. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Salty or sweet?
Sweet.
Physical strength or mental strength?
Mental.
Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
A night out or a night in?
A night in.
Expensive presents or homemade presents?
I don't like gifts. But we're gonna go expensive if we're gonna get a gift.
You don't like gifts?
I don't. That's not one of my top love languages. It's like the last one.
Gotcha. But you give?
No.
So it's no giving or receiving.
I just
when it comes
go
to
with the
gifts.
flow.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really like gifts. Gifts are like, ooh, like I shy away from them.
Wow.
I don't like gifts and surprises. Surprises like will get you beat up. But go ahead.
Okay. Nighttime showers or morning showers?
Both.
Do you prefer driving or flying?
Flying. I hate driving.
Social time or alone time?
Alone time.
Street smart or book smart?
Ooh, street smart.
Fresh food or fried food?
Fresh food.
Dinner or a movie?
Dinner.
An entrepreneur or a 9-to-5 worker?
9 to 5.
Teeth or skin?
Ooh, skin.
Okay. Morning sex or night sex?
Morning.
Dick or ass?
Oh Lord, dick. Ass. What? Oh my God.
I said I'm gonna start nice.
Ass.
Spit or swallow?
Spit.
All night sex or make it quick?
All night.
All right, that's it.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
you did good.
The dick ass one got me. That was a good one.
Good job. All right, I am very excited that you're here. You know what's crazy? I had no clue until recently that you were doing a podcast for one.
Yes.
Which when I saw, I was very excited to see that. Because it's just exciting that you're starting a new venture. Well, it's not new, because how long have you been doing it?
They've been doing it. This is the second season, so I
So you
just
say
joined this
they,
season.
let's clear that up. Is it not, because you're on it, so.
I'm on it,
how
but
does-
there were 4 hosts before. So
All new? Wait, so this cast is new?
50% new. Me and Marco are new.
Okay.
But there were 4 people before
Got replaced.
in season 1, and then season 2, me and Marco.
They got replaced?
Yeah, I got my peach.
Where they fired. And they got fired. Okay.
But yeah, so this is season 2. It's really exciting. Like I had told one of my best friends, I was like, I want to be on a podcast, and this was like random. And then I saw I followed them, watched it, and then randomly they posted and said, "Oh, we're looking for 2 new hosts." And I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna be 6 hosts. This is gonna be a lot." And then once I got in, I was like, "Oh, somebody replaced me." Like I'm only here because Tanya Randall got pregnant. But no,
Okay.
it's amazing. It's fun.
Nice. Yeah, I was very shocked but excited when I saw that you posted it. So you're joining season 2.
Yes, I am joining season 2. It's called Open Relationship Podcast. We're in the midst of season 2. Episode 2 actually dropped today.
Okay, so y'all just started.
Yes.
Okay.
We had the first episode was called Butch Queen, which was fun. And then this episode is called Down in the Valley Where the Gays Get Naked.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
little P-Valley spin. It's kind of fun.
And you like it?
I love it. It's actually funny because it's like we're all so different, and the conversation is very not forced. It's funny, it's shady, but then we have serious moments where we actually address real ass topics. But then there's sometimes where it's oh, I'm gonna shade you, girl. I'm gonna get onto you. But most of the time, it's always fun. And then sometimes you have your cocktails. Sometimes you have wine. Last week we had tequila. You'll see in the episode, people are laughing, carrying on. People start sweating, turning red, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, are y'all on YouTube?
Yes, we are on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that. So you can follow at the Open Podcast Relationship. You'll see a little pink logo with all of our pictures. Follow, subscribe, watch it. It's fun, and it's getting more spicy, so keep your eyes open.
Nice. Okay, so you're not a part of you just show up.
What do you mean?
You're not part of, me with this, I'm doing the lighting and the camera.
Oh, no. So we have a whole crew that does that. And we just
Okay.
pay for the crew to do that. and then we're developing the topics and like obviously funding it.
Gotcha.
So like
There's so many questions I want to ask you off camera. Excuse me. About it, because I feel like with what I'm doing, people are like, you're doing great, whatever. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing.
It's like, so I'm learning so much honestly from Rodney. Rodney is like the founder. He's like the host. Like Rodney just has a background in radio and media. So like he knows so much. Like even when it comes to like.
Does Rodney maybe on the ball head one?
Huh?
Which one's Rodney?
Rodney is the light skinned one that I sit next to.
Gotcha.
The one like we cut it every time.
Okay.
But Rodney just is
when
very.
When the laptop in his lap.
Yes, okay. Rodney is very. He just knows the industry. So I'm learning so much from him. But yeah, they are funny, like really hilarious. And then we like clown all day in the group chat too. So then that's how we like pick up topics. And like I said, we don't really like we do a run of show, but we don't really try to read too much into it because like we want it to be natural. Like I want to catch people off guard like dick and ass. Like that's how I want to catch people off guard.
Yeah, nice.
It's fun.
And so let's talk about you starting a new business venture with what is it, Body by Shazam?
Yes, child.
So what made you want to? What is it? Are you like a fitness?
Yes, I'm a fitness trainer, fitness guru, just all of that.
What made you want to get into it?
So I used to be fat. I don't know if a lot of people know that.
I heard.
I don't.
Yes.
Not you heard. Wait a minute now. So now
I heard through a mutual friend, of course.
Darnell, you're messy, girl.
The one that
You're
runs his
messy.
mouth all
Mouth of the South. So I used to be overweight, and it wasn't that I was like uncomfortable overweight. Like I was like fine overweight. Like I had like a Gucci gut. I had a gut though, you know. So I randomly just started like. Well, one of my friends told me, they said, oh, maybe you should start working out with us. It was like a group of people working out in college, and I would like show up randomly and like work out occasionally, and I was like, whatever, I'm going to get pizza. So then I moved to Florida, and while I was in Florida, I was there for 6 months, and I was working as a therapist in a psych ward, and I lived in the middle of nowhere. Like I call it my little trip to Mecca, because I like did all this random stuff that I've never done. And while I was there, I just started slowly running, and I started changing my diet, and I would have to go like 20 minutes to FaceTime my mom because I didn't have internet service, all this other type of stuff. And one time I called her and she was like, are you okay? And I was like, what? She was like, first of all, you're extremely dark because like the sun was just beating me down. But I was running outside on the beach every day. Like that was my thing. I would read and then I would run. Like every day after work, I would do that. And when I got back to Indiana, I think when I left Indiana, I was 215. And when I got back, I was like 160. So in 6 months, like I dropped a lot of weight. And then I just kept running and running, and then I started lifting weights, and I realized like, oh, I actually like doing this. And then I started having like workout partners, and I was like, I'm actually leading them through this. Like I need to like flip this into a venture. Like let's do it. So it's been like Body by Shazam has been something that works for a long time. Like I've had my logo for literally years. I've had all of my workout plans that I've built, that I'm still building. I've had like all that for years, but I was just scared to do it. And then finally I was like, child, you 30, you're not getting no younger, like do it. So yeah.
Yeah,
it was fun.
You have, it is a little warm.
No,
I do too. So you have like merch.
So merch is on the way. The merch
so you
is
have like a water bottle.
Yes, so I have like, the first round is like, of course, hoodies, t-shirts, there's a tumbler, there's water bottles. But like I am very, and I was telling somebody this the other day, I'm very particular about the merch that I want to release. I think there's so many times where people release things and they don't test them first. And it's like, for example, being just candid, I had one vendor that was doing my hoodies. Excellent material, excellent quality. Like you could wear it to work, you could wear it to the gym and sweat in it and you're fine. I wore it kind of thing. Because I'm like, I'm going to wear this stuff and make sure it works. So I didn't wear it, sweat in the gym. I'm like, okay, let me go home and wash this. I put it in the washer. And I'm not thinking. I come back to the washer and I'm pulling the hoodies out and stuff. And I'm like, where my Body by Shazam hoodie at?
The logo.
So then I'm like, what? And I had a hoodie that like the logo was gone. Yeah. So then I had to reach out to the company and like talk to them, then walk that through it. So I had to go to a different vendor or whatever. But then just like general knowledge, like my mom was like, you know, like you probably should have washed it inside out and cold. I was like, well, it's gray. So I washed it with like warm clothes. And she was like, here now. So yeah, you live and you learn, but like I'm testing like athletic wear as well, so like dry fit stuff. Like if I'm gonna sweat in it and it works, I'll sell it to somebody. If I sweat in it and it don't work and it's still wet, I'm not gonna sell that to y'all because I don't want y'all to have trash. Right. So yeah, that's one thing that keeps me up at night. That is like a stressful process because a lot of times like vendors you're working with are not always in the United States.
Right.
And COVID messed up supply chains so bad. So there's like some things that I ordered samples a year ago, and it's like, like they come to my house. I'm like, what is this? Or it's getting forwarded to like me, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. And it'll be a sample that I ordered.
Wow. Nice. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think entrepreneur. Did you keep your, or do you still have your 9 to 5?
Yes. I have my 9 to 5 and then Body by Shazam and then the podcast stuff. So I'll be running around like I'm crazy.
Yeah, me too.
But you can't complain when that's what you wanted, you know? It keeps you busy.
Right.
And at the same time, like, average millionaires have like 7 streams of income or something. Yeah. So now I'm working on like, I need something passive. Like I need to make money while I'm sleeping. Yeah. Making money while I'm running my mouth on podcasts.
I agree. Yeah. They say the average person, like just normal people like us, should have at least 3.
Right.
So
it's like, I feel like everybody's like chasing after their dreams and goals and stuff right now. It's like a great time for everybody. But I just want to make sure mine are sustainable. Mm-hmm. I don't want it to just jump at one point and then it peaks and then it falls off. Because we see that with everybody from regular folks to celebrities where like they release something and it peaks because you just dropped it. And then it's like, okay, like we ain't heard nothing else about it. Like what's going on? So I don't want to do nothing like that. I want something that's sustainable and something that like my kids can walk into, like my grandkids. I tell my friends now, like if it's not going to benefit my kids at this point, and I ain't got no kids yet, but if it's not going to benefit my kids, I got to rethink it. Like it's not, I can't do things that I was doing in my 20s just because it's like, oh, I want to do it.
And products are a good one. Because like podcasting go away, but stuff like merchandise, like activewear stuff,
exactly,
that stuff can always sell and make
And that's the thing. Like, and we all know like of businesses that just they release stuff and they're filling and it's just not good. Like the supplies that like you'll order something and it'll be 6 months and you be like, girl, all I ordered was a trucker hat. Where's it at? So it's like I want to make sure all those kinks are ironed out. Like my family is probably sick of me because I use them like test rabbits. I'm like, I'm about to order something. I'm gonna ship it to your house and tell me when it gets there. What's the packaging like? What does this look like? What do you not like about it? Because I need to know that. Like the black-owned business I'm using to do all of my like water bottles, tumblers, and like bags and all that kind of stuff. She printed some of my stuff and I had to follow up with her like, hey, this is pixelated. Like I can't sell that, so you have to fix this. You know. So I think it's about just making sure you're getting quality things and things that are going to make your like going to push your brand. Like not just stuff that's hot. Like for example, they were like, are you going to like release waist trainers? And I was like, no.
That would be good.
I think it would be, but that's not something that I think is going to push my brand specifically. But it's something.
But why not? Because you get like overweight people who need it. You know?
But the science behind waist trainers isn't like the best. Okay. So it's like I be thinking like, okay. Now I wear sweatbands, so I would release sweatbands. Gotcha. But like a waist trainer, like clenching and snapping up. And
that's what I mean.
Passing out in the gym.
Band, not actual waist trainer. Oh, that's what I mean.
I'll probably release a waistband. Like a sweat one.
Yes,
definitely.
Those.
But like somebody specifically asked like, would you recommend a waist trainer? And I'm like, if you want to pass out in the gym, That's like wearing a corset. Like
no, not those.
Oh God.
The sweatbands. That's what I meant. Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely release some of them.
Yeah.
But trying to get through phase 1. And then shout out to my mom because she's been extremely generous. Like she's like
funding.
Oh my God! Like not funding all of it, but like when I first started like the water bottle and tumbler venture, she was like, "Well, whoever you decide to go with, let me know how much the first batch is. I'll pay for all those." So it's like that works, but then it's even better because having like a corporate job, and I think that's one of the like blessings in starting it once I was established, like corporate wise, because I can take my corporate money and fund some of this. You know what I mean? Now it's getting to a point where it's like, okay, both are lucrative. I'm doing okay. But for a minute, it was like, okay, I'm dumping a lot of money in this. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. No, okay. Well, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you. Seriously. I appreciate it.
I'm big on entrepreneurship. Anybody that's just out here at least trying.
Listen, I tell people all the time, like,
you got to.
I got 4 more years left in corporate. I can't work for nobody else in my life. Like, there are some days that I want to lay in my bed and not have to worry about doing nothing else. So I got 4 more years left and I'm out of corporate.
Yeah, I'm 100% entrepreneur.
So you're like done with like corporate, like
I don't work for nobody technically. I don't.
That's good.
Yeah.
I aspire. Yeah. That's something.
It's hard.
It is, but it's like when it's something you really, really want, and it's something that like makes you happy.
COVID did it for me. When COVID hit and after, it shifted my mind of not working with nobody.
I think it's beautiful. Like I tell people all the time, is entrepreneurship for everybody? Hell no. Because if you are lazy, you cannot be an entrepreneur. So even 2 weeks ago, or last week, I was in Vegas, and at one point, I was like drinking, and I was like, baby, you gotta make some workout plans. Like, you may have PTO from this corporate job, but you don't get PTO when you're the only person running your business. You know what I mean? Like, this is, okay, am I eating or am I not? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it takes a lot.
Thank God I'm not there while eating like chip sandwiches or whatever entrepreneurs go through. Thank God I can go give me a 5-course meal.
Yes, I am glad that I am in this.
I haven't gotten
that space.
Well, I hope I never get there, but yeah.
Because I could not.
But it's hard. It's sometimes I gotta put a bill off. I'm like, okay, I can pay my card note.
Yeah.
Give me how many grace period days I got? Okay, I'll pay it.
100% entrepreneurs, I really like applaud them because there are days where I'm like, okay, one day I know I'm going to get to the point that I keep my corporate job, quit it. But I think like the corporate job just gives me a little cushion, like, oh, okay,
yeah,
like
for sure.
if this doesn't work out, which I don't think like Body by Shazam is not going to work out,
100%.
but it's like, because it's like running great, but it's like, okay, I still have my corporate job, which gives me a little bit of cushion. But the goal is to be out of corporate.
Yeah,
that's not what I'm trying to be. Because if I die tomorrow, they'll replace me before my obituary is done.
Exactly.
And I'm not trying to be like that.
Yeah. So you have a website?
My website now, which is like kind of tacky sometimes. I'm like,
well, no, because
is
is the merch done? Or are you still in production?
It's still in production.
So yeah, don't do a website.
So like there are one thing I haven't launched. Like I said, website is because.
What are you gonna launch first?
As far as
the merch, what's gonna come first? Hoodies, water bottles, what's gonna come first? Or you just want to travel all?
I'm literally in a debate about this because I wear hoodies year round. I don't care how hot it is outside. I'll be in my house.
I had one on today.
Yeah, and I'll be wearing a hoodie, but then it's like some people don't wear those, so it's like, do I want to release hoodies or do I want to be like, okay, let's go with tanks first? I think hoodies are great too, and my mom
do a poll.
Like, hoodies. That's what somebody else said. They were like, well, engage, and like I talked to like my clients, so I have about 19 clients right now between virtual and in person. So I've like asked them like, oh, would you prefer a hoodie or a t-shirt or a tank? Yeah. Everybody has said hoodies. But I'm like,
you know why probably hoodies too? It's because a lot of people don't like if this was a t-shirt of yours, if I was big or something, I don't want it to pull on this. Yeah. Hoodies are loose, so you can't really see a lot of people's figure, and a lot of people like that.
Yeah, so the
hoodies are just good. And you can sweat more in hoodies. It's all around good to me.
And the material, like I had one on today, like while I was sitting in the house, and it's like comfortable. I didn't want to wear a hoodie. I was like, I didn't know what the vibe was. Had I known,
but was it either yours?
Who, the hoodie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you should have wore yours today.
One night I actually went to friends. I had on one of my tees.
Nice.
Yeah, so like I've made a decision.
Be a walking billboard.
100%. I've made a decision that if I'm going to be caught in any athletic apparel outside of Nike, because I want to wear it to the gym, it's going to be mine. Like I used to always buy random hoodies from TJ Maxx and Marshalls because they'd be like $10. I'm like, I need a gym hoodie. And now I'll be like, no, like you're going to wear your hoodie. Because it's just, you're your own best billboard, as you mentioned. Like you're your own best advocate. And if somebody asks you something, you can speak to it from your business. So like, love all my other friends and entrepreneur friends, but I'm probably not wearing your t-shirt right now. I'm being selfish right now.
I can promote you, but
I'll repost your flyer. I do some other stuff, but baby, if you see me in the gym or you see me in the grocery store after the gym,
so you have other friends that's trying to do the same thing.
Fitness wise, not fitness wise, but I am very much so that if I had a friend that wanted to do this fitness wise, I'm going to tell you how to do it.
Gotcha.
I'm very much so. I believe there's enough money for all of us to get money. Like there's not any industry in the world that's oversaturated. I hate hearing people say, oh, that's oversaturated. No, it's not. No. Like what you do, you have to be so good at what you do and how you do it that nobody can replace you. And that's what I always tell people with like Body by Shazam. They're like, you jumped into the fitness industry in Atlanta. Do you know how many fitness trainers are? I don't care. Yeah. They don't do it like me. They don't look like me. They're not built like me. Like there are just so many things that like my training style. Even had one of my clients tell me, he was like, "Your training style is very different. I've had like 4 trainers." Yeah, like I don't. There's a method to my madness. Yeah. So I think yes, there's nothing that's oversaturated. But everybody like, oh, it's oversaturated. Like, oh, you want to do hair too, and be the best at doing hair. Yeah. Like, yeah.
Yeah, nice. All right. We're gonna switch it up. So, are you dating?
Oh my God.
How's your love life?
Oh Lord. I was just talking about this.
Where, on your show? Or just...
No, I was on live, just running my mouth. And I was telling people, I've been, knowing that I wanted to get on a podcast, and I knew like in January that I was going to be on a podcast. So I was like, you have to start being a lot more open about things. I'm a very private person. I don't like people in my business. But I said, I like told what my goals are for the year. I was like, okay, I really want to be focused on Body by Shazam. I want to break 200 pounds in the gym, and I want to start dating and intentionally dating. And 2 out of the 3 are going well. So Body by Shazam is going well, 200 pounds is going well, but dating is like, oh girl, like,
Why? Is it intentional? Like you purposely don't want to date? Are you open to it?
I am open to dating. I am open to dating, 100%.
He's open to dating.
But I think and I'm being very intentional. So with being intentional in dating, as we all know, there are things that you just have to draw. You have to put a line in the sand that you're not going to accept.
Yeah.
And I think right now,
it's non-negotiable. That's what I call it.
Yes, 100%. I think right now we're in a time period where like, because we're seeing like, let's be honest, we're seeing a lot of black gay relationships. We're seeing a lot of black gay weddings. Like, it's on your timeline every day. You're seeing it. But, which congratulations to all these people that are in relationships and things like that. But I know what I want, and I'm not settling just to have a piece of man. Like, I'm not just going to settle just to be like, oh, I'm in a relationship. Yeah. And I think that right now that has to be, if you're single and you want to date, that has to be your mindset. Yeah. Because sometimes you can scroll social media and you can see all these like beautiful black gay couples and you get caught up like, okay, well maybe I'll just go on a date with this boy, or maybe I'll just start like letting him come over or hanging out with him, and then it's like, okay, you did this because you just was lonely, but you just wanted to have somebody with you. Right. I mean, so I guess you could call it lonely, but yeah. You
just wanted company or whatever. Yeah,
so I'm trying. I was actually laughing about this because
when the last time you been on a date though?
The last time I was on a date, ooh Lord. On a date recently. I went on a gym date like 3 weeks ago, so very on brand for me. But it was really cute. It was a gym date, and it was cute. And he asked me, so I was shocked. I don't get approached a lot. Am I intimidating?
You have a
Lord,
strong kind of personality, demeanor. Like you can. Okay, yes. I can see somebody, when I first met you, I'm not, because I feel like we are both, I can see our personalities with that, like you don't, but I get it a lot and I can see that in you too, for sure. Because
I feel like that's what it is, but this dude approached me and we on a gym day.
It's like how you come off, yeah. You don't intentionally do it, but it can be like, oh, yeah.
And I think so. The most recent other dating experiences, I always get like, "Hey, my friend thinks you're cute," and to me, that's a red flag. Like, I can't talk to you because
I say misunderstood.
Huh?
I say misunderstood. You can be misunderstood.
Oh, okay.
Like you don't mean to come off that way, but it's misunderstood. I feel I'm very misunderstood.
Yeah, I feel like I'm misunderstood. Like, and people think that's intimidating. But the whole like, a lot of times it's like, oh, like my friend thinks you're cute, and that's a red flag to me because I have a big personality and I am very much so like an alpha male princess daddy, if you will. And I can't have somebody who's afraid to come approach me because that gives me like, I'm gonna run this nigga over, and I can't do that. Like that's not gonna make me happy. Yeah. I need somebody that's like, hey, you need to shut up today.
Put your finger in place.
Yeah, I might need to be put in my place sometimes. Yeah. The princess side sometimes get a little too much. So yeah, but dating is going well. Is it going how I would like it to go? No. But
we're in Atlanta. Jesus.
Well, I'm 31 and I said I was gonna be married by the time I was 30. And now I'm 31 and I'm like, Lord.
I'm 32. But yeah.
I need to get my 6 cats. Like what's
you say when my prefer Nita for pets. What? You say Nita for pets once they catch
I don't want no pets, so it wouldn't work. But it's gonna work. I think that right now I'm so hyper focused on Body by Shazam and like mastering that sometimes I don't know if
a relationship be the distraction.
Not a distraction, but I think guys think like I actually want to date, like you should be giddy to get on a date, and it's like, boo, I gotta train people at 6 a.m. and then I gotta train 4 people tonight, and then I still gotta work 9 to 5 corporate, and then I gotta find time to sleep, and then by the way I gotta go record a podcast. So it's like somebody who understands that is going to get the most attention out of me. Not saying I'm saying you, like I'm not gonna have time for you, but you're going to like, we're gonna make time if we're both busy, you know what I mean? But you have to understand my schedule and I have to understand your schedule. So that's why I said I would date somebody who has a 9 to 5, because I need you to be doing something during the day and not trying to blow me up all day.
So I was gonna say that. So you don't think an entrepreneur will be better because they get that side of, I have a podcast, which is an entrepreneur move. I have Body by Shazam, which is an entrepreneur move. You don't think dating an entrepreneur versus a 9-to-5 person, because the 9-to-5 person obviously does not get entrepreneurship. So how can I date you and you don't even understand this lane that I'm walking into? Yes, I still have my 9-to-5, but I'm also, like you said, recording a podcast, which is the level of entrepreneurship, and me now building my own brand. Maybe do I need a date entrepreneur who gets it? No. Sometimes opposites do attract, but sometimes 9-to-5 people just don't get entrepreneurship. There's people that I know who would never, like you said, it's not for everybody to be an entrepreneur. I want it. Then maybe could I date another entrepreneur 100%? Because I feel like we can have conversations like this where you will get exactly what I'm talking about versus, oh, you don't got 9-to-5 and you just work for somebody and that's all you want to do for the rest of your life, and the money could be good and all that, but you will never understand my business or my schedule because all you know is to get your ass up, report to a job, and come home at 5 o'clock every day, and your life is the same every day. Entrepreneurship is not the same every day. I think it's so different.
The type of men that I attract typically, like, that have the 9-to-5, they're going to understand the entrepreneurship. Okay. And by 9-to-5, I mean, like, you can work for yourself, but, like, say you're, like, an attorney and you have your own firm. Or something like that. So, like,
so I need a business owner.
Yes, I need a business owner. Let me not say too much because they just dragged homegirl for saying she would date the guy if he owned the bus and not worked on the bus.
Yes, I like that.
So I'm gonna shut up right there.
but until you just own, I hate people that drag people with their own preferences. Yeah.
But yeah, I would say dating someone who has a 9-to-5, because during the day you're gonna be just as busy as I am, and then you understand, and anybody who knows me knows I'm passionate about Body by Shazam and fitness, so you're gonna understand that as well. Yeah. But I am very much so like, if I'm making time and you're making time, it's gonna work. So like, homeboy that took me on a date a few weeks ago, like, he be busy all the time, but it be intentional, like, hey, let's do this, and I'd be like, okay, like, cause you're putting, and I'll text him and be like, let's do this, and we'll go do it, you know what I mean? Is it like every single week? Absolutely not. But it's like, we're going to try, you know what I mean? And then it's consistent. I think that's where I end up probably losing a lot of people, because I'll be consistent. No, I'm very consistent. If I like you, I'm consistent. But if you're not consistent and it's like fluctuating, so like this week you want to talk a lot, but then you go ghost for like 2 weeks, and then like the next week you pop back up every day, it's like, what's going on? Yeah. Like, you got some stuff going on. I don't know if you got stuff going on, or if you're not, like, in my mind it makes me think, oh, you trying to run a game with me, or you're not, like, you really are not attracted to it. Yeah, because you make time for what you want to make time for. It takes 30 seconds to text and say, hi, how are you, or like what you're doing. So yeah, but dating is that's the like least of my worries. That's gonna work out
right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are some of your non-negotiables? What you're just not tolerating or dealing with at this point?
Non-negotiables.
So I named someone when I was with Darnell. I named, like, he has to have a car. He has to live by himself.
Yes, those are non-negotiables for me. Well, it depends. Let's be clear. I think these are situational non-negotiables. So like, it's like, say I'm long distance dating. I don't know. I love the city of New York. So it's very rare that like most people who are like hustling and bustling in New York live by themselves. It's very common to have a roommate. So it's like, if you have a roommate and you're like living like in New York, like, okay, I'm not gonna judge you. Like, so, and then like you live in New York, why are you gonna have a car? So those are like two non-negotiables that are instantly out the window, because it's like,
but you're staying in New York. I'm talking about here.
In Atlanta, my non-negotiables.
It don't have to be living situations. It could be whatever. It could be cheating. Dealing with. It could
non-negotiables
be, like
for
you said, the communication part of you. Now I hear from you now, or intention, and now you went ghost. I'm not dealing with that.
For me, I would say
having kids.
Oh yeah,
because it's so
Lord. You have to be independent. And for independence looks different to different people. But I need you to be able to hold your own. And like, if I do something for you, I want to do it because I want to, not because I feel like I'm obligated to. You know what I mean? So it's like, say I decide, oh, like I want me and Bay to go on a trip. If I buy your ticket, I'm doing that because I want to, not because you can't buy your ticket. Right. So non-negotiable there. You have to be independent.
So finance.
Yes, financially independent. Like, you have to be able to carry on. I can't, because I'm not
taken care of.
Yeah, I'm very much so that like, if God sends you a partner, he's not sending you somebody like that you got to take care of our burden. He's sending you help. Like, y'all can do it together.
Help or support or
exactly.
whatever.
It's not going to be something that's going to stress me out. I shouldn't be stressed out to keep you. Cheating for me is a non-negotiable. If you cheat on me, you probably...
One time?
No. You cannot cheat on me.
What is your definition of cheating?
My definition of cheating is doing something that you got to feel like you got to hide from me with another person.
Texting?
Yes. If you are texting and you feel the need to not tell, like, are you trying to hide that from me? Am I saying I'm going through somebody's phone? No. I'm an Aries. The universe loves me. I'll find out shit. Whether it's going to be fall in my lap or I'm going to have a dream about it, I'm going to know.
Two of my best friends are Aries.
Listen, and we just be knowing stuff. We know before it happens. So it's like, if you feel you are, like, texting behind my back, you on vanish mode, your grown ass got a Snapchat, you going on dates, not dates, but like you going to places and you feel like you can't tell me who you're going with. Like I said, I'm not the type of person that's gonna be like, who you going with? What you doing? Like, that's not me. But I feel stuff, and if I feel you doing something sneaky, like, I'm gonna know. Like, I'm gonna know, and I'm only gonna ask you once I know. And if you lie to me, that's gonna like make my head do the exorcism and like rotate. But yeah, you can't cheat on me.
Have you ever been cheated on?
You know, I always used to answer this question no. But I feel like if you think that you haven't been cheated on, you really don't know. Because if you didn't feel it, like, or if you didn't catch them, or you never like felt it then, you probably could have been getting cheated on. Sometimes we have rose-colored glasses on. Now, have I think that I've been talking to somebody and not been the only one? Like, I might have been there on Tuesday and somebody else might have been there on Friday? Hell yeah. In Atlanta and outside of Atlanta, you know what I mean? But yeah, you can't cheat on me. I don't, one of my non-negotiables at this point in my life, and this is like very controversial, I don't do like thirds in the bedroom.
Threesomes? Yeah,
not threesomes, but like, I guess let me not say I don't do threesomes. Well, I actually don't like threesomes there. It's just too much going on. But it do be too much going on. Like, I don't be knowing what to do.
Like, who do I give more attention to?
Here I am thinking,
my nigga or the one that is
listen, I'm thinking I'm a freak, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't like. Okay, like, there's like a picture that shows this girl, and it's like they're kissing, like this boy and this girl kissing, and this other girl's like licking his arm, and it's like me when I don't know what to do with a threesome. Me, like, I don't be knowing what to do.
Okay,
but I don't want to be that, like, oh, we're gonna bring in thirds all the time. I don't want to say, I guess you refer to it as open relationship, but it's like, yeah, that's not me at this point in my life. I think that things like that do change as you go on, and I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not yucking
like 30 years from now, maybe.
Right, and if me and Bae decide we're going to go to Brazil and we're on vacation, and we're like, okay, the pool boy is cute, we going to do it. Yeah. But it's like, as for me in my house, at home, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Another non-negotiable, the last one I'll say is, and this is controversial too, and people say this is sometimes wrong, but you have to have a good relationship with your family. For me. Because I love my family. I talk to my mom multiple times a day. I text my sister all day. I talk to my dad. So it's like, if you don't have that foundation with your family, sometimes you wouldn't understand why I give so much attention to my family. At the same time, am I saying, like, if we get to the point that we're going to get married, my family's going to come before you? No, because they understand how marriage works and how a relationship works. But if we were, I don't know, in Indiana and my mom called me at 3 o'clock in the morning and said I need a gallon of milk and I'm sick, I would want you to be like, oh, I'm going to go get the gallon of milk for her. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. Well, that's it. That's all the non-negotiables.
I think those are the big ones. The last one would probably be...
My big one is having some type of relationship with God.
Yes, that's a non-negotiable. I think you have to...
A God-fearing man.
You gotta... I'm gonna pick up on that instantly. If you don't have that, like,
who do you serve?
Listen, if you don't have that instantly, I'm gonna pick up on that. Like,
and you don't have to be a person. I know, as you said at the beginning of the episode, you go to church. I personally don't. At this point, I used to go to New Birth out in Lithonia.
I think that the interesting thing about that is that COVID showed a lot of people, like, and I told my mom this, my relationship with God got stronger during COVID when the church was closed. Because it forced me to, like, do it in my house. I've always been in church growing up, like, all that type of thing. So it's like, but when COVID hit and it was like, dang girl, I can't go to the church, like, I gotta get this on my own, you know. So, but yes, that's a non-negotiable. Does that have to be somebody like that goes to church all the time, all that type of stuff? No.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I am in a space where I would want to date. I don't know if the word like interreligiously. I don't
have to be just spiritual.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to date interreligiously yet. Like, I don't know if I'm like, I'm thinking long term now. And if you happen to be, I don't know, for example, if you are a Muslim and I'm a Christian and we decide we're going to build this family and then we have kids, what do we do? You know, so I think about things like that and dating long term. Are you
stuck on religion?
Like stuck as far as like exiting somebody off the list?
Or just you yourself? Like some people say I'm a Christian, I'm atheist, I'm Baptist, I'm Muslim, Buddha, whatever.
No. I think when I'm in my younger years, yes. Now I am very much so, I focus on the relationship I have with God, my personal relationship.
Yeah.
That may look totally different than somebody else's, and that's not for me to judge. But I think it's all about the relationship you have with God. It's not about making my relationship make sense to everybody looking at me.
Yeah.
Because some people be like, well, you be out here doing this. And I'm like, okay, so what's up?
What they say no sin is greater than the other.
Exactly. So, and this is like, you think about like older church folk when they be like, oh, like
Bible thumpers.
Girl, you gay. And it's like, okay, and you drink every day and you have premarital sex and you got 12 kids out of wedlock, but you want to talk about me being gay? Miss me with that, man.
It don't make sense.
It don't make no sense at all. But yeah, I don't think that would be another non-negotiable. And then I don't know if I have the patience to date somebody with kids right now. I love my nephews. My nephews are young, but dating somebody with kids and having to take all that on,
it's a lot.
It would be a lot. But at the same time, I have friends that do it and they do it beautifully, and I'm like, oh my God, like this is cute. But
they're step parents.
Yes, I have straight friends and gay friends that are step parents, and I be like, I know that's right. But for me, I don't know if I could do that yet.
Yeah, me either. I've tried to date somebody.
How was that?
We didn't go long.
Was it multiple kids?
I'll show you him after we get done.
Was it baby mama drama too?
Okay, huh?
Was it baby mama drama too? Ooh.
That's why I couldn't do it. I could see the baby mama drama coming.
Okay, let me take it back. I would do it if there wasn't baby mama drama.
I could have,
because I actually love kids. I think kids are like, I love kids. They're amazing. My nephews are like the smartest people in the world. But if there's baby mama drama, I can't do it. If it's like, oh, your baby mama don't know that you got a boyfriend type shit, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I'm out loud. Like everybody gonna know. And if you feel the need that you can't, like your baby mama's gonna have an issue with it, or like even, which this is a little touchy, but it's like depending on how you're raising your kids, you might not want to introduce the idea of like gay men to your children. So I don't know if I want to be that's my friend Shazam.
I didn't meet the child.
Right.
Yeah. Because it was so new. It was dirty. We didn't go past the first date. But I knew the child was there, and then me and him would talk, and he would say certain things about the baby mama and what she would say, and it was kind of like, oh, I'm not.
So you saw the red flags,
and I'm not going to.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be the person who is. It's like one thing you got to fight with a male, like whatever he does. Right. I'm not fighting with a bitch.
Ooh, me neither. I can't.
You know what I'm saying? Like your baby mom will have a problem with me at some point, possibly.
It's just like you should
I'm
have
not
a problem with me.
fighting with a woman.
Yeah,
so
I don't have the
then
compassion.
I can't. So at this point, if she, and it's not even her having a problem with you, it could just be whatever I can tell with her. But I can see her just taking it out on me or something one day.
Like you catch a stray.
I'm not doing it.
That makes sense.
It's like I can deal with it. I already deal with what you're gonna be doing. But like I said, behind my back with niggas possibly, because I feel like every nigga does cheat.
Oh wow.
I'm not dealing with a bitch.
I don't know if I could. I can't do that.
Yeah. So once I saw that, I was like, we can be friends.
But I will say that like it works for some people, and that's the beautiful thing about dating. Like some people really can maneuver that and navigate that. Me, I'm not that grown yet, because she not finna disrespect me, and like it's just too much. Life is rough enough. You think I'm finna date you and have to deal with your ghetto baby mama, especially if you got multiple ones? Like no,
we just one.
And let's be very honest, I'd be shocked because the gays really be out here with baby mamas. Yeah, and I didn't know. Yeah, like I feel like when I was a baby gay, I was like, these niggas don't got no kids, and then like now I be like, girl, you got 5 kids. Like, what?
Where were they at this whole time? They hide them so well. So they start posting them like Father's Day. They made like, and that's when you kind of find out like around those times, like Father's Day. They're like, I'm
scrolling your IG and they never ever see no
father.
But at the same time, kudos to them, because they should be. I do want it too. No, it's beautiful. Show that, but like
for sure. That was beautiful. I do want kids, so I get it. But it's like, I'm not hiding my child.
Don't pursue me and then tell me on
kids
date number 12 that you got a 16-year-old son.
A whole 16-year-old.
Or hit me with I got a 2-month-old. Like, what? I forgot what show I was watching. It was some reality show. And he was like, yeah, I got a 4-month-old. And the girl was like, and I'm like, ooh, that's kind of fresh. But I think that would be my last non-negotiable. Like, which I guess is not a non-negotiable because it's kind of negotiable. But yeah, it's gonna happen. I'll be worried. I'll be worried about dating because I feel like that's like dating in the grand scheme of things. When you unpack it, it's actually very easy. I think we make it extremely hard.
Yes, they would say, love is not complicated. People are.
Yeah, it's not like dating should be so easy. Like we overthink it, and by we I mean myself as well. We overthink it. We make it seem so like all this other stuff when really it's just simple. Like I like you, you like me. What are we doing? That's all it is.
That's what it should.
But it's never.
I think people are microwavy.
You mean like
it's like they like popcorn like onto the. It's like not microwavable relationships, but I think as dudes, especially guy on guy, it's the next best thing, and it's so like, oh, you cute, and I'm liking you for about a month or two, but as soon as I see something else, it's like, oh, let me test this out.
It's crazy because like,
it's like what?
Knowing that now and like looking on like my past experiences, I crack up because I'm like, child, like you was really like. Girls are like buses, like next 15 a new one's coming, and like looking back on that I'm like that was gross, but now it's like
well, what's your hoe phase?
I wouldn't call it a hoe phase now. Wait a minute. I don't think it was a hoe phase, but I definitely can say like there were moments where like I was just like and not like publicly doing it, like I ain't posting no man. Well, I haven't posted a man. Well, I have girl I did a man, but yeah, like it's watching it and see it happen now is funny because it's like, damn, but is that what I was doing? And it's like, wow, you really were. And now I have a handle on that because I can't do that. I don't have the mental capacity.
I never have been that guy. I'm not a micro. I really like what I like. I think if I'm in it, I'm in it. I know what I want, especially if I'm with you. Like if you, I'm so loyal.
Now that I'm older, yes. But when I was younger, like
even younger, yeah.
Well, I applaud you for that because when I was younger, it was not like that.
The first person I fell in love with, he watches the show, so he already knows. I was 18 or something, 17 or 18 when I first met him. 18, I'm saying 18 or 19. But like he was underage. I was like 18 or 19, and he was like 25. First love, so that's a little different. You know how that goes. That's that butterfly feeling. That's the era. However, I was so committed to him at 19.
Yeah, not me.
Shazam. At 19, so committed. So, like if I see him look at another, that was back in the day where like, the Club Cream was open on Beautiful Highway.
This was back in the day.
Rain, Club Rain.
Rush was on Beautiful Highway.
Yes, it was that era. That era.
See, like when I'm
so old.
We do, like really, like two aunties sitting on the couch on our mouths.
That's crazy, but yeah, I was that committed at that age.
Yeah, like
I've always been that person. Though.
When I date, if I'm like dating you, I'm definitely that. Like as an Aries, like I am in it to win it, and that's like once the moment you lose me, it's done.
Oh yeah.
But like it takes a minute for me to get there, but because. Listen, I can say there were mornings in my past life where I was probably sending like 12 good morning text messages at the border. Like, why am I telling 12 niggas good morning?
12?
Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating. But I'm sending like 6. Like, why am I doing this? That's not cute.
Okay, I've been there.
So you got a whole phase is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm saying, but if I really liked you, I didn't care about nobody else.
Oh, well, once I really liked you, yes. But like, I still was
I had a whole face for sure. That's why they committed to him.
Popping through niggas. Like,
me too. But that's why me and him never worked out because I was 19 and he was 25 and I was letting him know. And I was so mature at that age that I was like, I haven't lived my life yet. You gotta let me be a hoe, basically. Like, you gotta let me do my thing because you're 25.
You've already had your fun.
And you already had your fun. Yeah. And you're about to be 26 and you know what that looks like. I'm only 19.
Yeah.
I ain't did what you did yet. And you know you're ready
to hit the block.
I knew it was a possibility or able to come. So I wanted him to respect me because he was ready to settle down with me. I'm like, yeah. And I've always been a blessed child. Like I was on my shit at 19 at a charger. Like I've always been a blessed child. So he knew that that's why he want, like, I guess that's why it worked at the
Like,
age.
yeah, you was like
I
establishing-
seemed
yeah.
more older in that sense of like stability, but I was not mentally ready to settle down.
Listen, you was ready
but
to
he was, but I still was committed to him at the same time. I was still not looking at other people, but I knew could possibly have a slip up, or if it may happen, I'm not gonna break your heart. I don't want to do that. I was that mature of that, like.
Yeah, I wasn't that mature.
Cared. Yeah.
I remember I was dating this one guy. He was like way older than me, and like I remember him telling me he was in his 30s. I think he's actually a doctor now. Like fumbled the bag, but anyway,
it's not too late.
It's too late. We're like still cool, but I remember him telling me he's probably gonna see this clip and he's gonna know it's about him. But and we're 100% cool. I remember him telling me I was 21 or 22, and we had went on dates and like hung out and stuff. And I remember him telling me, like, we were sitting down at dinner one time, and he was like, you know, I really like you. Like, you're amazing. You're handsome. You're so smart. Like, you're gonna go places. Da, da, da. He was like, but right now, because that was when he was getting his doctorate. So he had to be like 28 or 29. I was like 22. And his exact words were, when you're 27 plus, you're going to be an amazing man to marry. But right now, it's not it. And I remember being like, nigga, who the hell do you think you're talking to? Hell no, I want to talk to no trick. Like, I was mad. But at the same time, like, now looking back on it, I literally told him, like, maybe when I was like 28 or 29, I told him, like, you were right. Like, I was not it. So I understand, like, when somebody else recognizes that, but, like,
didn't see it.
I needed that reality check. I'm glad he told me though, because now I like looking back on it, I'm like, you were a hot ass mess. Yeah. Just a mess. Lord. God.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna wrap it up in a minute. So what do you wanna we got like 5 minutes left. So what do you wanna do in this next what is new? I keep saying next new season, because I always say spring started a new season. What do you wanna do differently in this new season? It's a new year, 2023. This year's going by fast, running in May, but
oh my gosh,
what do you say from winter going into spring? Just what do you want to do different? I know you're working on your businesses and stuff, but what do you just want to do differently? Like, I know this is what I want to change, or moving forward and carry it on. Hopefully for like the rest of your life, not just a season, but starting in this new season.
Definitely. First and foremost, I think I'm doing better with it. I want to be more intentional about my time. I think time is something that we don't get back.
It's going by so fast.
And yes, time it's just slipping away every day. And it's like, damn, bitch, like I'm getting old, like, and not really old, because it's like 30s now. It's 30 is like getting 20s. So it's like, I want to be more intentional about time. I want to be way more intentional about the access that I get. Like, I give people to me, because everybody doesn't deserve to know you. Like, sure, you can know me on social media, but you don't have to respond to every DM. You take every client. Like, all business is not good business. All money is not good money. So I want to be intentional about my time, intentional about the access that I give to people. And this is like something really small, but I have to start sleeping. I think I don't get enough rest because I'm always on the go, and like, when I'm not on the go, I'm thinking about like, how can I like make my business better? How can I balance this better? How can I make sure like I want to go home and see my family? I want to travel, but it's like I can't be successful if I'm tired.
No.
Like running on E, and not saying I'm doing that now, but when I first launched Body by Shazam, I was running on E bad, and I remember my mom just telling me like, go to bed, like you can do it tomorrow. So I think making sure that I'm getting proper rest and taking care of me, and then. Lastly, I would say being more intentional about dating. I'm going to keep doing that. And then I've continued to focus on, this is something that like came from like when I turned 30. I want to be more aware of things that trigger me. I think a lot of times we get put in situations, and we could have avoided situations had we known that that was a trigger, whether that's like an emotional response, a physical response, whatever that response is that's not in line with your goals and where you're going right now in life. You have to, you got to avoid those situations. So there are like places or like people that I don't want to experience anymore, because you're a trigger for me. Like, you either piss me off, or you're just like, something's not right about you. Your aura's not right. So like, my friends know my biggest thing when I'm like over it, I'll be like, okay, I'm going home. Yeah. Because it's like, I have to remove myself, because I know that there's a trigger waiting here. Yeah. And if I go off, I'm gonna be the daggone villain, and I don't want to be the villain all the time. Now, I'm somebody's villain, I'm sure. There's probably some people out here like, oh, you still a fuck nigga. But at the same time, it's like, I have to be more aware of that. And then, I think I want to also learn more to enjoy the now.
Live in the moment?
Yes. When I live in the moment, I'll say, because I'm always living in the moment, like I'm always doing something, but I need to learn how to enjoy now and not always think about the future, which is kind of hard to do when you're like an entrepreneur. Yeah. But it's like, I have to learn to be like, oh, this is good, Eric. You have 19 clients. Like, this is that.
Gotcha.
But
I appreciate every step.
Yeah, but instead, I'm always thinking like, okay, how can I get more clients? How can I do this? How can I do this? You know what I mean? Yeah. And you have to like really celebrate your accomplishments no matter how small they are.
Because you started.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's where I'm going. That's where I'm trying to go for the rest of the year and have a holiday summer.
Even not, like I said, even not the rest of the year for life.
No, for real. That's where it's like, it becomes a habit. Like the trigger thing is something I started like when I was 29. And literally I took a whole notebook piece of paper, like a legal pad, and just wrote down stuff that I'm like, this like causes this. And literally like I am very aware of what triggers me and what like irritates me or what upsets me. Like life is too short. Like I don't have to go places that irritate me.
You don't.
So like, if I say I'm not coming most of the time, it's because there's something there or someone there that might irritate me.
Or if I get there and I'm ready to go, I'm just gonna leave.
Listen, I am the king of who's gonna be there, because I need to know if somebody. I'm not saying like I don't like people. Like I don't have a problem with most people. Like I really don't. But it's like everybody's energy is just not aligned. Like, and I can't.
I was gonna have a friend come sit in on our episode, and he was like, "Who is it?" So people are big.
Yeah, you have to know because like everybody's energy is not good.
Yeah,
and you like. I don't want to experience bad energy and bad vibes. Like I like genuine people. I like people who are just nice. I don't got time for the cattiness. Of course I'm like shady on the podcast and shady to my friends, but as a person, I ain't got time for that. Like going into a kickback and everybody's being catty, like bitch, I will slap all y'all. Yeah. Like, and I can't get to that point. I got shit to lose. Like I can't be that person. Yeah. Nobody wants to be like, it's not fun being a mean girl. Yeah. So it's like I'm just stay at home because if not, it's just I'm not gonna enjoy myself. Yeah. And I've been out too many times to go somewhere and be like, damn, I should have stayed at home. Yeah. So I'm gonna just stay at home, or I'm gonna go do something that I actually want to go do.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Well, thanks for coming.
Definitely,
I appreciate you. And good luck on all of your business adventures. I really do mean it. Good luck on the podcast. I was really excited for you. When I literally saw that she was doing a podcast, I was like, yeah.
We clown all the time, but like the serious issues happen as well. But I think I really have like fell in love with podcast culture because people try to say it's oversaturated, but every podcast is different.
Everything is oversaturated.
But every podcast is different. And it's like, some podcasts, I literally listen to them and I'm like, how the fuck do y'all even have a show? Yeah. Because y'all talk about, like, there was like one that I watched a few days ago where like the girls were like, that's sassy, this is sassy, this is sassy. You can't take a selfie as a man. You shouldn't go to brunch with your male friends, that's sassy. And I'm like, but then there's some podcasts that I listen to and I'm like, like, this is good. Yeah. But then there's some that I listen to just because they're funny. Like Breakfast Club, if I find out one co-host is going to be there, I'm going to laugh. Like the Nini episodes had me weak.
Yeah. Even Jason Lee, I like his.
You know, his gets good because he's messy. Yeah. And I think sometimes in podcasts you have to not be afraid to be controversial. Yes. And sometimes all it takes is like one moment to make you go viral. Yep. So like, I'm always thinking like, even when I'm podcasting, when I'm talking, I say whatever on my mind because I'm like, all it takes is one stupid thing for you to say and now you're going viral, whether good or bad. Yeah. Because some people go viral for saying dumb stuff. Yeah. And it's like, guess what? People gonna watch your show because you said something dumb. Yeah. Now I'm not saying getting on the platform and saying all this dumb shit, but it's like sometimes I say stuff and I'm like, ooh. Like I think last week I was on somebody else's podcast and I don't know if it's considered a sexual slur, but I refer to lesbians as the D word. I'm not gonna say it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I said that and I was like, ooh. I was like, I don't know if I can say that, and I've been like dreading this episode to come out because I'm like.
Is it offensive?
Am I gonna get dragged? Like, and then last week I talked about and my friend told me it wasn't offensive. Okay. But I was like, ooh, like I don't know if that, and I apologize for instantly on camera, but so podcasting is fun. I'm excited to see who else you have on here because you get here to talk.
I'm going to do by season. Okay. And I just keep going. I was just gonna keep going, but I'm like, this is harder than I thought of getting guests that I am comfortable with or I want on here. I'm just not gonna just call up anybody. But I'll just come on here.
Yeah, you can.
And then we sit in here and I'm like, keep pausing, or it's like it's not working. Yeah. So I'm gonna just do it by season. But my lineup, I got 5 more. You're 1 out of 5 for the rest. Okay. And so the next 4, I am very excited about. Ooh. It's people that was like, could you do it? And for them to say yes, and it's not nobody like celebrity wise. it's all the gay community in a sense, but they're very big like socialites, and they're people that people are not from. They see them online, but
they're not familiar with them.
They're gonna be shocked and be like, "Oh, this motherfucker's talking."
I think that's one of the best things about like finding your guests with podcasts. Like, of course, everybody wants to interview certain people, but it's like find people that are like people want to know more. And I even think that when goes into like guests and selecting co-hosts, like you want people who are different. You don't want somebody to come here and be a mirror image of you and say everything that you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's not
You're agreeing with everything I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not going to be good dialogue. But I'm excited because I'm going to see who else you got on here.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
And you better be asking him dick or ass too.
You're stupid. Alright, so let them know where they can find you. What's your social medias?
Yes. So you guys can
from down to personal and business.
Definitely. So you guys can find me at _kid and play.
I'm going to put your stuff in the description. I'm putting this stuff in the description box. But still let them know. Yeah,
so y'all can find me at _kid and play on all social media platforms. From there, you'll find Body by Shazam links, and you'll also find links for Open Relationship Podcast. And yeah, tell me what y'all think. Send me some questions for podcasting. Send him some questions. We want to know, like, give us some feedback.
Yeah, comment more. I'm working on, people are good at responding, like, on Instagram or texting me. I'm like, leave these in the comments.
No, like for real, because I get text messages like, oh my God,
tell them to subscribe to your channel because people have a hard time hitting that button.
So yes, y'all.
It's easy to hit
subscribe. Go subscribe.
I subscribe to y'all's today, by the way.
Thank you. Subscribe to Open Relationship Podcast. Follow me, like I said, at _kid and play. There you'll find all the Body by Shazam stuff. That's why I drop a lot of stuff before I take it anywhere else. And yeah, and interact on Twitter. I'll be cracking up on Twitter. You'll see that I'm actually quite funny. I think I'm a comedian. I might go on tour.
That's the next venture. That's the next.
We find out I'm a comedian.
Okay.
I ain't that funny. I got that much material. But thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming. It was great. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can follow me at Prince J on Instagram. That's Prince with 2 eyes _JAY. That's my main Instagram channel. Follow us at Rawandrelatablepod on Instagram. And then Twitter and Facebook, Raw and Relatable. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, y'all. That's where we can start monetizing and making money.
Listen, put it right here. Subscribe.
I am going to start adding that more in my outro. But yeah, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another episode. We got 4 more left for the season. Get ready. I think the guests are going to be great. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Shazam, for coming. I appreciate you. Till next time. See y'all later.